friends, happy Easter weekend and welcome to another beautiful day at Sophia Kamau's kitchen. First, before I go on, I want to thank all my loyal subscribers for helping me reach the magic number. I'm finally at 1,000 subscribers and I cannot take anything for granted. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who have subscribed and continue supporting me. I'm going to show you how to make chicken and cheese dinner rolls, and since I got to know how to make these, we love them here. They just go in a blink of an eye and very delicious. I do have ingredients lined up here and I will go through them. We have the ingredients for the dough and we have ingredients for the filling. For the dough, I will start over here. I have quick rise yeast, and this I will use 1 teaspoon. I'll use 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'll use 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 large egg, room temperature, and a ½ cup of milk. What I do, I will have to combine the dry ingredients first, and a tablespoon of sugar. You can heap it or flat if you don't like too much sugar. A flat teaspoon of salt. I don't want it to be too much because the cheese has salt for the filling, and also we will cook our meat with the salt. And I will put a teaspoon of quick rise yeast. So this time I am doing it differently because this is quick rise yeast and it's new. It's not the one that has stayed in the fridge for so long. That's why sometimes you have to bloom it. But this is brand new and it will work very, very effectively. So I will combine my ingredients together, and then I will add the cup of milk, a ½ cup of milk. This time I'm doing by hand for the sake of my team that don't have this. I can do this is very little, I'll do by hand. And then I'll add the melted tablespoons, 3 tablespoons of butter, and this egg, I'll have to beat it a little bit. And then I can put and leave a little bit for glazing. Like that is good enough. Mix together. So I'm going to mix by hand. And if you find it a little too dry, depending if your egg is small, then you might have to add a little to adjust. And if your egg is too big, then it might be wet, which is okay, and you don't have to worry. So I'll continue to do like this and mix my dough, and then we will come back and show you how it looks. So after a little bit of mixing, now my dough looks to have mixed properly, and this is what I got. And as long as you keep your measurements well, everything will be fine. So I'll try to, mostly I really mixed much of it with just this wooden spatula. Now it's when I'm going to just make sure there's no lumps, and now get it all out here so that I can put some oil and then let it bloom. After I have covered my dough, I will let it rise and double its size within ½ an hour to 1 hour. And meanwhile, we will be preparing the chicken filling. For the second part, the filling, we have the ingredients here. I have 1 cup of pre-cooked chicken chopped up, 1 cup of cheese. I have 1 medium carrot grated, 1 green onion chopped up, 1 medium onion, and We do have this egg I left over for glazing the buns before they go into the oven. You could use this or butter, but I want to try this. It looks so beautiful. And then I'll use 3 tablespoons of oil for frying, 1 cup of milk for cooking the chicken, and boy oh boy, it gives a really good flavor for that. And there's a tablespoon of flour for thickening, and I will add some black pepper and a little bit of salt to taste. Over my stove here, I will have 3 tablespoons of oil, plenty enough for the onion. And then I will just soften my onions until they're translucent. Now that my onions are softened and cooked, I am going to throw in the carrots and the green onions. And these green onions, again, take this chicken flavor to the next level. It really changes the flavor. Really good one. After 1 minute of stirring on medium heat, I will now add half a teaspoon of salt. So salt is to taste. You don't put too much if you don't need the whole half teaspoon. And then I will throw in my chicken. And I will stir in together to combine everything. It's already smelling really good here. And then I'm going to put the whole cup of milk in this, and I will let it cook open. And I'm telling you this, I have tried this recipe without milk and with milk, and with milk the flavor is so different and delicious. And the milk I'm using is Homo milk. You can use any milk, but the Homo milk makes it more creamier. So I will let it cook simmering here until the milk dries out. And meanwhile, also before we forget, this is a tablespoon of flour. I will mix it here. In fact, I should have mixed it before I added milk. And just make sure that everything thickens up and it's all good. But hey, I have managed to mix it well. But the best time is before you add the milk. And this now, I let it simmer. It's boiling. Instead, I'll reduce my temperature here and let it cook on low heat until the milk dries out. Also, don't forget to add black pepper or any other spice that you have, like chili, parsley, whatever you want to add. So I'll just do 2 shakes of this, a third one. There you go. So it's just very little according to your taste or how much you want it to taste. See, and the sauce is drying up. So I'll let it continue drying some more because we don't want our buns to be too soggy. Now I feel like my chicken, the liquid has dried, and it's about time now to turn off the stove. Welcome back after 1 hour. The weather is kind of cold today, so 1 hour we gave time for our dough to rise, and it has really doubled in size and it smells really good. So I'll just have to get it out of here. Look at all those air bubbles, and flour my surface here. And then I'll have to roll it a little bit one more time, like knead, but I'm forming a ball. And then after this, I will now have to divide this dough in 10 pieces. If you think 10 pieces are too much, but this is perfect, this is what I've been doing. You can do 8 and you'll have bigger buns. So It's up to you how you feel like you can you want to do. And I'll divide half here. It won't be perfect equal size, but you do your best and divide. And then here, then I make a ball. So the dough is done. I'll have now to work first, otherwise it will be rising and again doubling in size. So you take one and you try and make a thin layer as possible. I wish I had time to leave this to rise a little bit and the dough relax, but now this is the part where you just have to be patient and roll it back and forth and make it a kind of an oblong shape. If the dough had been left to relax, it will be easier to roll. But with the practice, you will become good and you will know how to handle it. So I try as much as possible to get an oblong shape. And then you're not putting much of this. We'll try and divide this into 8 portions. So it's kind of a heapful of a spoon there. And divide as much. If you think it's too much, you don't have to put all of it. And then I will also put some cheese. That's why we call them cheese dinner rolls, cheese chicken dinner rolls. And then I will wrap here one side, and then I wrap the other side, and then I try to pull this way and then roll. So you be careful, otherwise it might burst. But once you do that, voila, one is done. And you don't have to glue it or anything. You just have to face it down on the tray. Meanwhile, I'll use this. And the reason for using this kind of pan is to help them not expand and burst. If you leave them on a flat tray like a cookie sheet, sometimes they'll expand too much and the fillings will come out. But this is how I do it, and they will all hold nicely. So I have already sprayed with some oil for the pan not to stick, and then I'll put this one here. And then I'll do the next one and continue with the same process until they're done. But I'll just have to show you the second one. If it's sticking to the surface, you can flour a little bit. Be patient. And this is because the dough is not relaxed yet after I have kneaded it for the second time. And you just keep doing that. It's following the pin, the rolling pin, and you keep doing that until it is good. Again, I'm ready for the second one. A heap full of a spoon. You just have to divide and make sure you have enough for your 8 buns. And then I will sprinkle the cheese on top, and then I do this to seal the end, and then here I seal the end, and here then I roll it this way. Make sure it's holding, and there you go, the second one. Try to shape it as much, and you have to be a little faster, otherwise this will raise more than the last one. So I'll keep on going like this, and we will come back and see after this. My buns are ready. It took me 8 minutes. It seems like a minute per each one, and I finished all my chicken, but that's a little bit cheese left. And now the little egg what was left, now I will use to brush. I hope this will be enough. I've done this before, but sometimes I just had a small egg crack, and when it's left I use it for something else. But so today I just took like very little from what it is. We really don't need much. It's just to give that glossy finish on the top, and you will see when it's done what I mean, and it's really beautiful. You can also do this with butter and some parsley or whatever, if you want flakes of any dried herbs, and you can do this after the buns are done and they are all cooked. But for egg, you do it while they are still not gone to the oven. So there, yeah, it's enough, just a little bit, and that's good. So see, the first one has really puffed up, and so that's why I was saying you do fast. And then I will sprinkle with parsley flakes just for decorative purposes, and you will see at the end how beautiful they will look. You could also put sesame seed or coarse salt. You can put that, or sesame, or anything else you want, and this is done. While my buns were rising, it took about 25 minutes, and I had to preheat my oven 360 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 180 degrees Celsius. So now I'm going to put the buns in and cook for 20 to 25 minutes. In the middle rack, that's where it goes. We lock it and we do cooking time. I will do 25, and then if they are done within the 20 minutes, I'll be checking, then I will take them out. My buns are done now at exactly 25 minutes. They smell so good, and I know they taste really good. I've been packing these for boys for lunches, and they love them. Let's take a look and see how they are inside. Very soft and cheesy, and you can see, and ooh, look at that, all the goodness. Delicious. Go ahead, give this a try, and you tell me how you like them. And please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Continue supporting me, and we will keep on growing. Until we see you next time in another beautiful and delicious recipe. Bye!